Debra Meiburg and I'm with Edouard Labruyere from the Domaine Jacques Prieur, a wonderful Burgundy property. You have lots of appellations under your belt. What are some of your favorites?
Well, actually, we are the only one estate in Burgundy to have 9 Grand Cru and 14 Premier Cru. And we are pretty lucky to have Montrachet and Musigny. So it's
well,
hard.
You can't really. Where do you go from there?
It's pretty tough to choose between all your children.
Well, it's difficult to go from there, but you also have some interests outside of Burgundy.
Well, actually, we are originally from Mâcon, in the south of Burgundy. We are established in Beaujolais, in Moulins-à-Vent, since 1745. And we have a property in Bordeaux, which name is Château Rouget.
Bordeaux, really? Yeah. Are there very many of you that would have a foot in both sides of the river?
We are actually the only one Burgundian family to have a foot, one in Bordeaux and one in Burgundy. So that's pretty interesting. And so we have also some lands in California.
And what are some of the challenges facing Burgundy now in, say, this decade coming?
Well, Burgundy is quite a challenging wine region because you have 400 appellations in France, and Burgundy counts for about 120. So that's explaining that to people that don't know much about wine. What is the difference between a Bon Champignon and a Volnay-Saint-Nau? Let's talk about terroir and making sure that people understand what is the difference. We only make red wines from Pinot Noir and white wines from Chardonnay.
Yeah.
But the difference between a Volnay and a Beaune is quite tricky.
But it is crazy, isn't it? I mean, if you think of orange juice,
Sure.
this would never happen. Do you think there'll ever be a system maybe simplifying that a little?
Well, basically, Burgundy should be known by its classification, with the Grand Cru at the top, First Cru, and Village Wine. And after that, we can go further into details to make sure that people understand more about Burgundy.
A question for you. How do you feel the younger generation is changing the face of Burgundy? I mean, you've got a great crop of young winemakers at the moment.
I think all of us are making their experience outside of Burgundy.
Yes.
And so we are now more accurate on what's going on the market and on people's mind, on what is good for the winemaking, what is good for the wine business, what is good. I think Burgundian people are definitely closer to the vineyard deserves and what people ask for. So I think really there is a new breath in the Burgundian winemakers and people involved in the wine business that is very good for Burgundy because it regenerates some new blood and a new way of thinking our region. And really we are basically rethinking everything. And it's good to keep what we receive from our parents and ancestors, but it's good to make sure that we are still in an evolution process that to be at the backyard one day.
Well, thanks for keeping it for the next generation.
Thank you. Thanks, Debra.